Hello, I'm Rosalie Sperlin, or Rosie Sperlin, and I'll be going over the flexible spending account for benefits coverage. So to begin, what is an FSA? It is a savings account where you can put money into it and that money can then be used to pay out-of-pocket healthcare costs that may not necessarily be covered by your regular health, dental, or vision insurance plan. So you may be asking, what are some qualified expenses for an FSA versus unqualified expenses? Some qualified ones may be over-the-counter medications, some prescriptions, or even COVID testing. Those things might not necessarily be covered by your insurance plan, but can be covered by your FSA. Unqualified expenses may include insurance premiums. You can't use FSA to pay for insurance premiums, or any general hygiene products or education. You may also be asking, how is an FSA used? So an employee can save up to $2,750 per year per employer, and once you have incurred a medical cost, you can then submit a claim to your FSA account or FSA through your employer with proof of the medical expense as well as a statement that it was not covered by your normal plan. Upon submission, they will accept or deny your claim, and then you will receive a reimbursement for those costs. So, is there any grace period or carryover with an FSA? An employer can choose between two options, but is not required to offer these two options. Those two options are either a grace period, which is 2.5 months to use the remaining FSA money past the end of the year, or a carryover, which is $550 per year to the following year. Again, they are not required to offer these, but they may just offer it to you. So what are some advantages to an FSA or having an FSA? The amount saved is pre-tax, so the amount is not subject to income or payroll taxes, so that means more money can be added to your FSA. And then employers can also make contributions to the FSA, which so instead of just $2,750 a year, you could have double that. As also, if you are married, a spouse can contribute up to $2,750 per year per employer as well. Now, what are some disadvantages of an FSA? Any money left in an FSA, if not used in the grace period or if not carried over, the money will be lost. It is a use or lose provision. The FSA can not be used to pay insurance premiums, which I have already stated in the unqualified expenses. And expenses must occur first, and then the employee can be reimbursed, which can be an issue with when you need costs to be paid. Are there any other types of FSAs? Well, there are two. The first one is a dependent care flexible spending account, and the other is a limited expense flexible spending account, which I will go over the limited one later. So the dependent care flexible spending account can be used to pay for child care expenses for children 12 and under, or dependent care for dependents who cannot care for themselves, like disabled spouses or dependent parents who live at home. The limit starting in 2022 will be $5,000, which you can contribute to this FSA. Originally, it was like around $10,000, but in 2022, they have reduced that. What are some qualified expenses for a DC FSA versus unqualified expenses? So qualified expenses can be physical care, in-home care such as a nanny or babysitter, summer day camps, or even before and after school care. Unqualified would be education such as tuition for schools or overnight summer camps or meals and housekeeping. Like I had previously mentioned, there was also the limited expense flexible spending account, which can only be used for eligible out-of-pocket dental and vision expenses, and the limit of contributions is $2,750 per year. So what are some qualified expenses for a LEX FSA versus unqualified expenses? Some qualified expenses would include contact lenses, Invisalign, braces, eye exams, prescription reading, and eyeglasses. Unqualified would be general dental hygiene products such as like toothpaste or toothpicks, and then also insurance premiums again, or any prescriptions that are not necessary for eye care. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at rs1506@messiah.edu. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation of the Flexible Spending Account Benefits Plan. Here are my citations that I used. Thank you.